Today, we're going to be watching Scary Skinwalker Horror Story, animated by X-Men Cartoons and narrated by Corpse Husband.
All right, so we're actually going to be muting the mic for this because in the long run, when editing, it would just not turn out good and the quality wouldn't be great. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's watch it.
My family and I live in Arizona, and we occasionally visit our Navajo family in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We left early to get there by noon or less. It is a very long and boring trip there, but we get there before noon and we have time to mess around and talk with our extended family. And we, kids, start to play around till the evening starts to show. The house is too small for everyone to fit and sleep in. Some of the kids have to sleep in the trailer and truck camper, but two of my cousins and I had the amazing luck of sleeping in the old, slightly torn tent. We are well asleep at this point, and for some unknown reason, I wake up. Of course, I'm still tired and rubbing my eyes while yawning, meaning I wasn't well aware of my surroundings. Once I finish rubbing my eyes, I look straight at the entrance of the tent and see a figure, illuminated by the back porch light, standing in front of the tent. At first I was scared, but thought it was my other cousins just messing with us. As this person was still standing outside our tent looking at us, I turned to one of my older cousins who was 2 years older than me to wake him up and tell him that someone was standing outside of our tent. He tries to brush me off, but I persist and he turns to me and asks me what I wanted. I tell him to look at the entrance of the tent, and he does. I've never seen someone go from the brink of sleep to sheer panic and alertness in their eyes that fast before. He looks at me with this panicked face and tells me to be quiet. He whispers to me that it's a skinwalker and that we need to be quiet again. We lay there for the longest time, and from my memory it was at least an hour or more. We were just about to go back to sleep because it hadn't done anything. Then it started to move around the tent. Remember when I said this was an old tent? Yeah, it had some holes in it. One of the holes was the size of a quarter, and I decided to be brave. As it continues to walk around the tent a fourth time, I slowly crawl towards the hole and try to take a look. As I did this, my cousin told me to get back to the bed or it'll hurt us. Of course, as a kid, I ignored the warning. I'm at the quarter-size hole and looking out to see whatever it was. It comes around the hole, and what I saw was bone-chilling. I bolt back and hide under my sleeping bag while my cousin does the same. This thing decided to stop moving and start looking at us again. I hid under the covers and spent every ounce of energy being scared. And then I finally fell asleep. I woke up early, maybe around 5, and I decided to look around the tent to see if there was anything there. I see footprints, bare footprints that send shivers throughout my body. I saw the footprints move around the tent. This hit me hard because I was now realizing it wasn't a dream. As I further investigate the footprints, I noticed that it went off track. It went off to the rocky hills nearby where we were staying at. I followed the track to the hills about a football field away from the house. As I continue to follow the tracks, something strange and scary happens. It goes from 2 footprints walking for a while to footprints and handprints in the dirt starting to form. I found that kind of strange because no person would do that out here. As I followed the tracks further into the hills, the hands and feet started to get smaller and smaller. It then subtly changed into coyote paw prints. That is when I stopped and turned back home, first walking fast, then onto a full-on run. When I got back, I sat down on the back porch for a while and thought about telling my family, but I didn't think that they would believe me. In the end, I didn't tell anyone, even the cousin I woke up in the middle of the night. Well, that's my story. I urge you guys to not go into the Navajo reservation to go looking for them. You will bite off more than you can chew. We, my people, take these beings very seriously and do our best to not talk about them. Even though I broke this code, I just thought to warn you guys about them. Whoever is listening are the first people to hear this story. I had a few more stories to tell, but this is by far the scariest one I had.
All right, clap it up. Not a bad video. What we got next is pretty scary, but before we get into that, we'll talk about this.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. The animation style was crazy. I really liked it, how whenever the eyes would move around.
Yeah, and then when his face would like jump up at you and like give you a kiss, that was crazy.
Yeah, and
Like-
whenever with the long legs like in front of the tent, that jump was crazy too.
Um,
Then don't even get me started with the dude running across the yard. Tell me
Like, he
y'all
was
saw that.
sleeping,
He
dude.
was. His legs, he has like a vertical jump of like 30 feet.
mhm,
That junk was crazy.
definitely.
But
He's
all
like
right,
a basketball
speaking of that video, let's get into this next one. I actually haven't watched this one. I watched the other one, so yeah, let's get into it. All right, it's gonna give us eyes back. Okay, hold on. Axeman, see?
Number 1.
I'm ready for the serial.
I was having a pleasant dream when what sounded like hammering woke me.
Oh, I've been in
After
a while.
that,
I hate
I
that.
I
would-
would sound
I
dirt
hate that.
covering the coffin of my own
You're in
spirit.
dirt.
Like I don't even have claustrophobia with it. I'm just like
Number 2.
it's just like the fact that you're under dirt.
You're never gonna get out.
I woke up to hear knocking on glass. At first, I thought it was the window
I thought there was another person.
until I heard it
I've seen
come
this
from the mirror again.
Oh, dang.
Salad fingers. You see the flowers? Salad
Number
fingers.
3.
That's what.
Okay.
There was a picture in my phone of me sleeping.
All about my window.
I love
I
that
live
animation
alone.
style.
Number 4.
Okay.
That was.
My wife woke me up last night to tell me there was an intruder in her house.
Look, bro, from his slumber in his underpants. Why does he have 4 toes?
Whoa,
Whoa.
Axeman.
Number 5.
What did he even say?
Wow.
I
You're on the couch. Look at him, bro.
but I keep waking up.
Whoa.
I got chills on that.
Oh, that
The
was
last
scary.
thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she pushed her long, rotting nails through my chest, her other hand muffling my scream.
How was bro telling the story? He does that
I
out of heart?
sat bolt
Oh, it was a
upright,
dream. Whoops.
relieved it was only a dream. But as I saw my alarm clock read 12:06, I heard my closet door creak open.
Oh, jump. Oh, jump. Chills.
There's nothing like the laughter of a baby. Unless it's 1 a.m. and you're home alone. Number
What'd
8.
that say?
What's that? Looks like
Oh, no.
God knows
I begin tucking him
Sweetheart.
into bed, and he tells me, "Daddy, Check for monsters under my bed.
This is the one where the monster's on
I
the
look
bed.
underneath
I've seen
for his
a version of
amusement
this.
and see him, another him,
There's a
under
monster
the
on the
bed,
bed.
staring back at me, quivering and whispering, "Dad, there's somebody on my bed." Number 9. I always thought my cat had a staring problem. She always seemed fixated on my face. Until one day,
Background. There's something in the
when
background.
I realized that she was always looking just behind me.
Whoa!
Please be that I heard it too. Please be I heard it too. Please be I heard it too.
Number 10.
I heard it too, please.
Sarah!
A girl heard her mom yell her name from downstairs
This
So
one's
she got
scary.
and started to head down. As she got to the stairs, her mom pulled her into her room and said,
I heard it too. Steve, Steve, and don't make a sound.
We gotta put something over there. Oh, this one always got me.
And you're done. Honor roll. Oh.
Oh, she screamed.
Uh-huh.
Ooh! Just got.
Will.
Oh.
I swear her torso just got ripped in half.
Please don't run back at the camera. Okay.
So that last one was
It's good.
phenomenal,
Yes.
dude. Like, I don't even remember the rest of them because that last one was so good, dude.
Yes, it was.
Like, the
Uh,
Sarah, dude.
The Sarah one was crazy because I remember that we had watched it from another channel a while back, and I remember watching the other videos, but not really as much as I remember that last one because as soon as we heard Sarah, we already knew what it was. But they were all definitely some scary junk, dude. Being buried alive is no joke. That's definitely something, a giant fear of mine. The first one, yeah, but that Sarah one, that's no joke. What a way to end that segment. So that reminds me, you ready to get on to the next one?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Silk Sonic. Oh, whatever goes around eventually comes back to you.